That's real. Ain't nobody messing with this. But don't worry, it's gonna soon sound like this. What's good, y'all? It's your boy kcnotes. We really know why you're here. You want them 808's to make you feel disrespectful, like the stuff that make you want to slap your mama. So I'm gonna show you today. I already showed you guys my way. I'm gonna show you how generally like your favorite YouTube producers and these hard guys use. So let's get right into it. So this is a sample / loop that we're gonna be using today. Let's just go ahead and take a listen to it. So yeah, you pretty much get the idea. And for all those who are asking, I'm just going to show you something real quick. If you use one of my samples or loops and you want the stems, just go ahead and slice all the loop markers, the little yellow triangles you see on top of the loop, and you get pretty much all the 8-bar loops of each sound. So that's how you pretty much do it. Remove the excess from the end when you have them, and you have the stems. Why I do loop markers is because I don't want bleeding of each sound into the other, because each sound has different processing, reverbs and such for it, so you can have clean sounds like this. So here I have a couple drum sounds. They're actually going to be in the upcoming kit. It's going to be coming out for free, but you need the sauce right now. So they're giving me in the folder with the FLP, the sounds, and the sample. So we're going to go ahead and start cooking up the drums for this sample. Just add some a snare, the hi-hats, and then see whatever else we need to add. Let's go ahead and do that. So I finally found the hi-hat bounce that I want. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Alt-R, and that brings up the randomizer tool. I'm gonna play with the panning a little bit, the velocity, and then go ahead and hit accept. And all that's gonna do is make the hi-hats a little more interesting. That's pretty hard. So the next thing I'm probably gonna add is my 808. So I'm gonna figure out the bounce, then I'm gonna show you everything that we're gonna process with the 808, and then mixing for all the other stuff. And you should know how to do this by now, how to pre-clip your 808. Go to this section, play with the boost knob. Then you want to come out, and if you're using the spins, play with the out knob. That's it. So I'm probably going to pitch this up too. Now it's in B minor. Go ahead to the sample. All you got to do is go to stretch. And you see this pitch knob, turn it up to whatever you want. If you're wondering why I did that, is because the lower the frequency, the lower it sounds. It's not really lower, but the perception of it changes. So by putting it up, we can perceive it as louder, or in our case, thinking that the 808 is hitting harder. Let's move on. So for the open hat, you get in this folder. You'll probably want to move the sample start up a little bit just to make it tighter. So now we pretty much have our bounce. We're gonna go ahead and mix this. It's gonna be pretty much leveling, panning, and whatever else post-processing that we need. So we're gonna put everything to a mixer track and get started. I'm gonna color code all the channels, so you go to gradient and just pick blue and red, I guess. So what you see me here doing, first thing I'm gonna do is get these hi-hats and move them to the left. It's called drummer's perspective, where the hats you hear to the left, or you can go from listener's perspective and you hear them to the right. Once I do that, I'll level it and then boost a little bit at the high end for a little bit more sizzle. Let it bite a little more. Next thing I'm gonna do is get my snare and pull it down. So I want the 808 the loudest, snare the second loudest, then the hi-hats and everything else. What I just did is added a fruity blood overdrive for some saturation, so the snare sounds like it's louder than it actually is. Next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and level all my other sounds, so they're all in a relationship with each other. So now that I'm done with all that, first thing I'm gonna add to my master is a fruity reverb on the drum room setting. I'm gonna pull down the wet knob and make sure you turn up the low cut because you don't want the low end getting reverbed. All this is gonna do is bring some cohesion to make the drum sound like they're in the same room. Now this is optional. I just put a soft clipper on my 808 just to make sure it's not clipping over 0 dBFS. Alright, back to the master. Another soft clipper, and I'm just gonna get this post knob and turn it down to 79%. Then you're gonna add another soft clipper above the one you just did, turn up the post knob to 90% and the threshold to about 5.1. Now remember, these numbers are not exact, they're just a good ballpark to start in, so use your ears and listen. So now, wherever I have my melody routed, I'm gonna add a parametric EQ, take out a little bit of low end, so the 808 has some space to come through. Now, you'll do the last tip. If you ever see my Reach video, you know what this tip is. It's the sidechain tip. So get your 808 and sidechain it to the melody, so the signal is going to the melody. Now you have a fruity limiter loaded up. Make sure you go to the sidechain and hit wherever the 808 is. Next, you want to lower threshold, so it's just sitting laying on top of the peaks of the melody. Then you can adjust the ratio and the knee about 30%, ratio about 2 to 3, just ballparking. And you pretty much have it sidechained. Now with it on and off, you can hear it hitting through clean or not. That's pretty much it. Now you have all you need to make the hardest drums possible. Go ahead, you can download a folder with the FLP, sample, and the drum sounds. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. There's a lot coming. You should know that by now. Gang out.